I know. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
It's unfortunate, but he was booked all through. We just got 90 minutes, but he spent more than that. So, do we do what is it?
See, Rudolph, good. Thank you for having me on. I just wanted to say something quickly because I wanted to ask him this. I regret that I wasn't here on time because I think we talk a lot about our constitution being the issue when we have not looked at our independence agreement. And I wanted to ask him whether he actually has done that because Dr. Arikana came out openly and recently, nobody knew about it before now, at least the public didn't, that the French countries signed some kind of agreement with the French countries to do certain things with the French. That is not part of their constitution. That's exempt from their constitution. That's why people didn't know about it. So, and we blame the constitution for our faults, but why there could be underlying things that have been agreed. So for someone like him, he may actually have an idea why our nation is being run like this, because we keep blaming the document of constitution. Maybe something else is inherent. There's a reason why our leaders keep running to Washington and UK constantly. You never see them rushing to Russia or China or India like that.
Yeah, but Daily,
Mr.
Mr. Faro to me is number one person that I've chewed back to front, except those agreements are outside of that constitution. You're right, forefathers. But Dele is so grounded in this matter of constitution that's what even attracted me to him. Before, I used to be on the other side and saying, this man, constitution, until, I listened to him enough to understand that the problem they did, true. But even if we agree, when was this agreed? Didn't we have a constitution that was working before? Yes, we do. So if anything was agreed, then at what point? That our progress just got altered and now we are in this wahala.
Okay, hold on. Let me hear Omori. What was the question you were going to ask him? I'm so sorry. I know that you.
Yeah, whenever you see him, I pray I see opportunity to get in touch with him again. He's a gentleman I love so much. I can never, I don't get tired of listening to him. People like him, each time I listen to him, he gives me hope for a possibility of a better Nigeria in the future. I don't know when that one is going to be. But there was a contradiction he made one day. I listened to him on Arise TV. Yeah, it was that series of questions. He did very well as usual. Yeah, they pinned him down on his beloved friend, Moyele Showere. He said, Moyele Showere is the best of all. When Nigerians are ready for objective and true democracy, people-oriented governance, we talk of people like Moyele Showere. And a week after that episode, we had another vibrant gentleman on this particular show. He also contradicted himself by saying, Omoyele Showere is vibrant. He's the kind of revolutionary-minded person leader Nigeria would need if we must go away from the old, terrible and horrible past. My question to this learned gentleman, we blame the politicians for being hypocritical. We blame the uneducated for not being aware of what they're supposed to know. And the educated ones are making the same mistake based on primordial, sentiment. Okay, he alluded to the fact that you want to support presidency of Eastern extraction. I have nothing against that because so much is given and so much is expected. What belongs to all must be decided by all. If you say we have fought a war, we have overcome the war, and Nigeria is one, there is need for equity, justice, and fair play. I'm not against that. But if we continue to play sentiment because of this, this one will have been this, but because of this, with another gentleman that came said he was stupid. I'm using his word now. I'm not insulting him. I'm quoting him that he was stupid for voting Buhari in 2015. My simple question for us to me today is, how am I sure we are not repeating the same stupidity now, considering where Obi is nearly done, demonstrating the authors of the same forefathers who brought us to where we are today, starting from UK to Niger, from Niger to Ota. I mean, it's not going to be, Obi might be a very, decent human being. The environment, the conditions, the factors surrounding him will not let him do anything meaningful or to be on the side of the people. So I wanted to just ask him, if others are making mistakes, Politicians are making mistakes, they're making promises, they're not copying it. The uneducated masses are making the same mistake based on tribal, religious sentiment. We, the educated people that are supposed to know better, are coming every day to say this would have been the best, but because of this and that, we have to go for this. I mean, we are being hypocritical. I'm sorry to say. Thank you.
All right. I think he addressed that question in a kind of a different way, talking about what's the option. What should we do? Do we keep quiet and just hands off and leave it to anyway? Next time he comes, hopefully, I will get him back, definitely. James, go ahead.
Yeah, the gentleman spoke reasonably, but from what I'm discovering, he is not a member of the Labour Party. He was employed to do what he is doing. And if you read between the lines, he's already distancing himself from a situation whereby, should this man fail, no man should hold him responsible. That is what I'm reading from what he's telling us. Now, if you are not convinced about what you are doing, I mean, is it different from a mercenary who is paid to fight a war he has no confidence in? This is a situation whereby he should be prepared to lay down his life. Then we'll believe what he's saying. But from what he's saying so far, this man seems not to have 100% confidence in Obi. Because if should Obi win and the people are unable to reason along with him, then that is a recipe for failure. He should not be held responsible. I mean, this is not the kind of situation.
I'm just wondering what right. I mean, we have right to our opinion, James, and you're a man of knowledge, very deep. But I wonder.
Somebody taught me. I mean, somebody taught me.
I wonder.
Look, I'm standing on the shoulders of people.
But I'm shocked about your expression. The man has taken his position. Nobody pays him for what he's doing. He has a right to determine where he stops in the responsibilities he takes. That's my opinion.
Anyway,
all right. Let me hear from CM. CM, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. My take on this is that on what he said is that I see him as an average obedient, but certainly because of the qualities he's made of and his ability to communicate, they gave him the assignment to speak to the people about the chances of Obi's presidency. I mean, sort of to sell the Obi candidacy to the people. That's fair enough. Now, in the event of failure, Obi fails to be elected, I don't think he will take responsibility. Insofar as if the election becomes free and fair and the Obi loses, insofar as free and fair, he shouldn't be taking responsibility for anything at all. Even if Obi wins, he only did the job of, that's why I asked him, what area do you think Labour can improve upon? Because until you win, whatever you are doing is work in progress. He answered by saying, he mentioned communication, ability to take the message down to the grassroots and let the people understand why the Obi is coming. So if that is the role he plays, I call him a catalyst in the sense that he won't be consumed in the reaction, but he will help to speed up the reaction. That's what catalysts do in chemistry. So if that is the role he's going to play as a spokesperson, granted that he's not being paid, I think failure or success, where he might enjoy the success that he did his work, even in failure, to say you can't blame unless he's giving the wrong message to the people. Insofar as you gave the right message, you are not paid. And if he fails, well, he fails. But then I have to give it all his all. That's the way I see it.
All right. Colonel Adeni retired. Next. Go ahead.
Colonel retired.
Thank you very much for the opportunity once more. I will continue to say this. We are trying to solve the Nigerian problem on the surface, and we will not get the solution if we don't go to the foundation. Please, there is nobody today in this world that will be president of Nigeria, no matter how good you are, how effective you are, how honest you are. Be Nigerian president today with this present dispensation and succeed. You cannot succeed. You will fail. The system has been designed to fail. Why I'm saying this is this. We are talking of Obi, he did well in Anambra, Tinubu did well in Lagos, the other guy too did well in Borno State. You know why they did well? They did well because governors in Nigeria are so powerful. They are like emperor, and they are not under the president. And that is why they can do what they want to do. Any governor that want to work well will work well. The one that want to go and steal money, he will steal money successfully, and nobody can question or query him because they have the House of Assembly in the state in their pocket.
All right.
Those president today, this challenge he will have is that, are you hearing me? Challenge he will have is that the governors who will not want to work with him will not make him to succeed, because the president is not in charge of development in Nigeria. Some basic development in Nigeria, they are under the governors. And if the governors want to do it their own way, no OB or anybody will challenge the governor. So that is why it will be difficult for a president in Nigeria to succeed. But what I'm saying now is that we have a system where we elect representatives into the House of Assembly, who will then decide who will be the prime minister. This time around, they have accountability. They have people to account to. But with this presidential system, the governorship system we are just wasting resources, wasting time, wasting money, so in fact, killing ourselves, political parties, supporters killing themselves. It's not working. That is my position. This system is not working. Let us go ahead and do a referendum where we change the presidential system into a parliamentary system, and then we all go in there as an individual with your credibility behind you. That is all.
All right, thank you. Down the road, let me say this. Down the road, we're going to have Colonel Adeni as a guest, and we'll talk about his constitution. He drafted a constitution he thinks will work for Nigeria. So we'll do that down the road. But in the meantime, next weekend, we have Mustafa is coming on this show on Sunday, running for president, and the other guests that we are lining up.
When you say Sunday, do you mean tomorrow? Do you mean tomorrow?
Okay. Professor Nimi Wariboko coming in tomorrow. But Mustafa is next.
Make the constitution available. Let him make it available to us.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to announce, that if you want to get a copy of that,
it should be online. It should be online.
Where online? Do you have it? I'll give it to you,
On
James.
the internet.
It's available.
I don't think it should go into internet, because it is property now. It has not been concepted. Yeah. So I think if Dr. Rudolph has it and he feels he wants to allow us to have a look through it,
that's
then
what I'm
we
saying.
can as well get it through.
I want those who are interested to email me. I'll put up my email. I can forward it to you. So I want everybody to have opportunity to look at it before we get him as guest, and then we can discuss it.
I have a suggestion quickly.
Go ahead.
Scribe D.
Dr. Rudolph, I have a question, sir.
Go ahead.
There's a website called.
It is.
Please let me just quickly finish. It won't take. I'm looking for microseconds. The Colonel Adeni, there's a website called Scribe D. Look into it. You can invite people on invitation basis. If you choose to restrict the viewership, you can invite people on invitation. People can subscribe or whatever way. That's an option. Thank you. Sorry.
All right. Rohan, you want to say something? I'll come to you more.
Yeah.
Rohan, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rudolph. After our guest left, I learned some of my colleagues were trying to dissect his opinion about. I think for him, he has done his part, and for him standing as a spokesperson to spread the ideas of Mr. Peter Obi, that he believes that I think he believes that among the presidential candidates, he feels that the ideas of Mr. Obi and his own are almost going aligned. But I think there are some challenges, which is about the Constitution. And if the Constitution is having a problem that he feels he can't work with, no matter the situation, even though he's been given an opportunity, you don't think he can work within that environment as far as the guest is concerned. So if he can't work with the Constitution, and a lot of us have been talking about the Constitution, changing, restructuring, and what have you. no matter who gets to the government, then there will be a problem. No matter how good you are, you will find some restraints. You can't go beyond what the Constitution has given you the legality. And what about the people, the representative? Are they also buying the same idea? If not, then we are still in problem. And then if you say, okay, let's get back and see how the people will come up with a constitution that will be maybe that would be like a federalism or what this type of system.
Parliamentary.
Confederacy. Is it these are by what do you call it? This bicameral system of government. The devolution of power to the states. The devolution of power to the states, to the local governments. I don't think our people are ready for that. And if Mr. Peter Obi wants to go to that angle, he will not be able to do anything. Honestly.
All right.
So
all right.
as far as I'm concerned, I think it's all about ideas.
One thing is this. We should remember the case of Balarabe Musa of Kaduna State. He was a PROP governor, and the House was NPN. They impeached him. This constitution matter they're hinging everything on is going to disappoint them, and the people will be badly disappointed. They should work out a formula whereby they use the opportunity at their disposal now. Because if they miss it, they will never get it again.
All right.
Mr. James, who are the they? It's we, all of us.
The people, it's you and me.
So they as we are not part of it. We keep
When
feeding this responsibility to other people.
No,
I don't
excuse
like
me,
it.
when I said they, I mean the people of Nigeria. Am I not in Nigeria?
Okay, yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
I'm not in
Sorry.
Nigeria.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, doctor, thank you once again for having me. It's always a delight to be here. I have a little clarification. You said we're going to have Mustafa. Are you talking about the former CSO to Abacha?
Yes.
Okay,
He's
please.
running for president.
Yeah, please, if you can break him, at least that would be very good. And you give us enough time, not like we had today, so that we can do justice to a lot of burning issues in the era.
I don't determine how long to stay.
They almost killed me. Give me time to ask him some salient questions on why they did what they did, and why they think we have forgotten so soon. Please try and bring him on board.
November 6th. So
Thank you very much, sir.
I am going to have my coffee, everything set up. I want to.
Amaru, you don't slaughter him. Don't slaughter him when he comes.
I was on the street in 1993 with
Mr. Amaru,
No.
promise.
We
I
want
promise
him.
when the man comes, you give my time to Mr. Amaru to quiz him because it's
Another thing, I started to say this.
My own time too, Amaru.
I'm not here to attack anybody. Last week I was disappointed. Nobody, we come here every day, spend our time fighting for a better Nigeria. But I was shocked on my home that nobody was willing to die for Nigeria, which means you don't believe in the project. I was taken aback. Nobody was ready to die for Nigeria. If you're not ready to die for a bad Nigeria, how can you have a better Nigeria? I'm disappointed though.
Oga Amaru,
I'm not putting a suicide mission. In the course of fighting for better Nigeria, anything can happen to you.
What is the definition of suicide mission? Dying
Okay.
in vain.
Can I clear?
without recourse to it.
Let me talk now.
Let me clear that.
I thought it was turn by turn. Now everybody is just saying whatever they like now.
No, hold on, guys. Okay, there's a problem somewhere that I have to solve. Oh, people are still okay, guys. Okay, hold on. Let me go to who has a chance. I think what we're going to do, we're going to go on a rant because today.
He asked me a question.
I never talk with Dr. Damages.
You can hear somebody speaking, and no, you can't hear him. There's something I have to deal with. Maury, you can speak. Okay, let me deal with something. Let me take a break from you.
Thank you. Yeah, somebody asked me a question. What's the definition of suicide? See, there are different ways you can die for your country if you believe in something. In the course of trying to actualize June 12, You know, there were a series of meetings everywhere. You know, people. It was not about the person of Abiola. It was not about the SDP as the party. It was about the people's mandate. You know, I was young. I was on campus. We got to school. There were meetings in high and low places. We were conscripted into Nadeco. I mean, the campus wing of Nadeco. You know, we wanted to, you know, show our grievances. We set out for a protest. The first day was successful. The second day, we lost 6 persons in a vehicle where I was. 2 on my side, 2 on the other side, on my left side, 2 on the right side, and 2 at the front with the driver. So what I'm saying here, I didn't tell my mother I was going to die. But I was happy to die on that day, you know, if I was the person that, you know, that was unfortunate to die. So there is a way you believe in something, you can go to any length and fight for it. We just come here to talk. Some people even come here to say, we just trying to be. If it doesn't win, we go back to our Biafra. I'm not getting it. If you believe in that Nigeria is not working, and we need to do something. America wasn't working for everybody. As at the time Martin Luther King came about, the blacks were not allowed to use the same restroom with the white. They were not allowed to eat in the same restaurant with the white. Was that justice for black people? No. They didn't say because America wasn't working for everybody, he wasn't ready to pay the price. He paid the ultimate price. And the benefit came in the life of Obama and the freedom for black people in America today. If you come here on the platform to say, nobody wants to die for Nigeria because the Buhari is, taking Nigeria down the drain, which means we're not prepared for a better Nigeria. This is my humble submission.
Forefathers.
Yeah, let me say about what
Woodlock is back.
yeah, about what James said, that the gentleman that came on was the elder, more like he was trying to prepare people for potentially not that be not meeting the expectations of what people expect. And because of that, I was looking to ask him that, okay, yeah, you're saying that maybe the House of Senate and the others will stop him, but how about his presidential powers? And this is something that we have to start using a little bit more, because the Nigerian government president has his own presidential power that he can actually do the next day he gets into office. So if we have things that he promises that he's going to do, he cannot make any excuse for not being able to do it, because he has the power to do it. We've seen that in the system where the president gets into office, the very day he gets into office, not even the next day, he signs laws into place, and things can change rapidly in that country. Just like the Trump, I think he signed into the law the Muslim ban that they call Muslim ban, even if it was controversial and was overturned eventually. But it shows you what presidential powers can do, and I think that is one of the parts Nigerians can use to get presidents to actually do their bidding.
All right, thank you so much. Let me just, behind the scene, there were some things going on. That's why you have me go out. There were some people who were at a different stream that I used to do a test run with Dele Farotimi. So they were all the way there, all this period that we are having conversation here. And they were wondering why they were not let in. So thank you, everybody. We are going to do the rants, and we get some people out, and we change the conversation. We're going to talk about the continuing detention of Nnamdi Kanu, Naira, redesigning of the Naira, security threats in Abuja, and the flooding. So all the issues that are going on. But first of all, we'll go ahead, Engineer Eche, go ahead. What do you want to say?
Yeah, so thank you so much, Rudolph. So what I want to say is kind of related to the issue you just had right now. I want to know, is there a reason why we're using this particular platform for streaming? Because I understand it has a limitation of 10 people. Have we explored other?
Well, that's a good question.
Google Meet might be an option, and it's also free.
Yeah, I've been talking to people who do stuff like this. Most people prefer this in terms of the interface and ability to use videos and every other thing. They still think this is the best, even though that limit is a problem. But what we want to do, if you have more people, we still have to get people out and get people in. Even if we have 20 people here, the problem is that they won't talk at the same time. It will be difficult to navigate all this. So we'll try to work with what we have for now. But I'm looking into other platforms.
Doctor,
go ahead.
There's something I can say in the thing is, I agree with you. This platform is one of the best. But with Google Meet, especially depending on the format of the kind of meeting you want to have, especially when you go to groups, you can split into groups. You can form sort of like a very parliamentary subcommittees. Just to go. I don't want to say anything else.
Why do we need that? We want everybody to be on the same platform.
Depending on the format.
Yeah, but you
but get more audience, like
no, people can actually watch from Facebook, YouTube, and but participation is what we're talking about. And what we have to learn is that you have your say, and maybe you give room for other people to have their say. That's the idea. But I know some people want to talk about everything. But anyway, let's take 1 minute break, and when we come back, we do the rants. How about that? Okay. Right. So let me and I really appreciate all of you that joined today, and the questions you asked him is we can't do this without your involvement. So I appreciate that, and I want to say that we are planning a special show down the road where we will appreciate all our regular guests. So it's not that you are not appreciated as it is. You are, but we are trying to come up with something down the road for the holidays, and we'll talk more about that when we get there. But at this time, I want to say thank you for all your time. So let's take a break and we'll come back.
Time don't come for us to wake up. My people, it's not time for action. No more talk. We know how, yeah, leaders, we don't tire. This situation, we don't get you.
Them say, the way you lay your bed, now so you go lie on top. When you sell your votes, not poverty, you lay invite to make you shine your eyes.
Sell your photo, no shishi for bride. If you talk, we say, and I talk, we say, no shishi for bride. If you talk and I talk, and we all the time, we say, no shishi for bride. No shishi for bride. No shishi for bride. If you sell your vote, sell opportunity, sell your tomorrow.
You say
them say the way you lay your bed, and so you go lie on top. They go try to bribe you with chichi, make you know say your future got chichi. Them go surely take them back with profit, now you go suffer, Naija. Monkey go the walk, bamboo go the shop. Say that's what we go there. Make you not sell your photo, no shishi for bride.
if I do my part and you do your part.
No shishi for bride. Make we play our part and we build this land. No shishi for bride. We say no shishi for bride. We say no shishi for bride. Nigeria go better.
Corruption kill us, bribery finish us. Last, you could still got us. Who want change Nigeria but us? Let's make it work again, everybody rise again. Tire for the talk, nobody want do the work. Nobody want die there, I speak with no fear. Change out for them, you can't buy my soul. No shishi for your votes, this not the new oats. How much is your vote really worth? How much they want to give you for the pain? If we choose wrong, then waiting we gain. My brother waiting.
Come on, let's be an hour. Senator! Abadi aja.
Authorities, because they are the competent authority to do this. We were not consulted. It was an announcement that we heard. And I've seen,
you two, you just saw the press release like every other body.
Part of the reasons that was advocated is that's one of the ways to mop up liquidity to manage inflation. But there are also consequences that we're also looking at. What would the consequences be? There will be some benefits, but there will be some challenges. And I don't know whether the monetary authorities have actually looked very closely as what the consequences are and then how they can be mitigated. So I still advise that you have that discussion with the monetary authorities.
All right, welcome back, everybody. So we saw a video of Atiku in America. Who lives in America here? Omori, did you go to see Atiku?
Atiku Abubakar?
Yeah, it's in America.
Lie.
No,
where in America? Where in America?
DC. Washington, DC.
Which day was that?
I think he came in 2 days ago or yesterday. I'm not sure.
Okay. I'm not interested anyway.
You're not, you're not interested.
And then, of course. Political point.
So what?
I say he has come to score some cheap political points.
Yeah, he wants to prove that he can come to America. I wanted to bring some. I have some naira here, and I couldn't find it, but I wanted to show it. Very soon, your naira will be useless if you don't get it back into Nigeria. So, for those of you who are like forefathers, I'm sure you have bundles of naira somewhere, somewhere with you in the UK. You should be worried. He wants to go away somewhere in the UK. Anyway, so we're going to do the rant now. Let me start with Ebby. You're first.
Yeah, thank you. I will rant and get out of here. Thank you for having me here today. It's been, you had a very good guest here. A guest that has I have a lot of respect for. Coincidentally, we're from the same village. Well, you gave a few topics to rant on, but I think I captured two: the currency and security structure. Situation. But I'm adding for myself, for my rant, the flooding. I see videos of the flooding in Nigeria, and my heart is broken by the fact that this is not even taking center stage. All right. I'm in Canada, in fact, in Halifax, and you know that recently we had Hurricane Fiona pass through here. I was lucky. Our house is okay, intact, but we had apartments and houses that were torn. We know how this thing devastated, and we know how starting from the council, not to even talk of the provincial government, responded, and this thing became a household talk for everybody, and they made us feel their pain. And as much as I am so proud to be a black man, sometimes I wonder what is wrong with the black man when look at the people in Kogi.
Criminals who don't get to conscience.
Sorry about that.
Okay. So I'm really bitter about the approach from the lowest to the highest cadre of government that we have in all these places where flooding is. And the rest of us, tomorrow now, everybody will be in church. It will not even be topic. The rest of us, I know we are all in pain, but some people are now in double pain. The Nigerian pain plus natural pain. And coming to find out that this thing has been an issue since 1982, it just tells us here that we have been having psychopath government since 1982. Every other government that had this document or this plan and did not do the dam that was supposed to have been done with other elaborate plan to even irrigate and do other things. It just tells us why we are where we are today. Okay, in the aspect of currency, I don't just understand what is going on. It's even now so amazing that the Ministry of Finance is coming out to say we don't know. It just shows you that we are we are having a disorganized government run by mumu people, and they are there. I have no apology. And the third one, in the security situation, it also baffles me that an independent country like Nigeria, the largest black nation, aka giant of Africa, see my hands, it is foreign countries that are declaring state of whatever for us. And they are even sending their security people to come and be rattling our federal capital territory. It just shows that in a twinkle of an eye, they can actually lift Buhari out and put somebody there without anyway, that's it. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Abby. James, Abby, I was just thinking about this yesterday. Okay, he's gone. Can you imagine if the Nigerian ambassador issues a statement in Washington D.C. that somebody is about to attack Washington D.C. and the Nigerian people in America should leave, and can you imagine how that would play out?
Don't go to Walmart. Don't go to Walmart. Don't go to McDonald's. Full animals.
Unbelievable. All right, James.
Yeah.
James rants.
The issue of the currency they want to change. I think I spoke about it not long ago, an hour or two ago. May I repeat what I said?
No, James. No, James. We are ranting now. You have just 1 minute. The normal rant and anything you are angry about, you are pissed off about.
Yeah, this issue of change of currency is a scam. Okay. Yes. The problem is that when you go to change your naira, if you give them the old naira, they take it. They're supposed to take it to the currency destruction board. I don't know what they call it in Nigeria. Then they destroy it. But from the look of things, when they accept the naira from you, they are going to recirculate it. This is what happened in Ghana during the days of Bedema, Minister of Finance in Ghana, when they were changing from British West African pounds to cedis. This is what they are planning to do. If the minister is telling me that she's not aware, she's lying. Because, as I said, I think on this this platform some time ago, if a Nigerian government official tells me anything, not until I handle the scrotum and feel the testes, I will not believe that he's a man. If he tells me that he's a man, I have to hold the scrotum, feel the testes, before I believe that he's a man. This woman is lying. They know what they are doing. They are milking the nation. The elephant is dying. Everybody is cutting his share out of the meat, and separate man to himself and God for us all. They've milked this country to death, and they know that the game is almost over. We should be thinking of post-Nigerian republics. Nothing more, nothing less. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Let me go to HO. She was at the other in the other room, a different room from the one where we were, and she's been there for more than 3 hours.
When I put me for the other room,
she went to the other.
I went to the other room.
She went to the other room and was there waiting
for damages.
I'm so sorry. I've been trying to get I couldn't talk to her because I was here.
Oh, If una dey come, make una make room for women. Okay.
Yeah, she
Una go
was
just
at the point.
there for here, no only men
At the
for
point,
up.
at the point, she thought I didn't want to bring her into the studio.
No,
She
I'm not
was in
saying
the
nothing.
wrong
So I
studio.
don't know something is not right.
She was in the other studio, you know. All
So
right,
the
so
thing is
welcome.
this, though,
Mm.
Pharaoh to me, I disagree with him. Yeah. Obi cannot tell us he's not probing the rest people. In as much I know that offices will take care of it. As the commander-in-chief, he should let us know that they will probe from 1960 till date. And the people that need to do the job, he will make sure they do the job. But giving us a message that you are not going to probe it, that is a bloody lie. The truth is this: if Obi own Nigeria as his business, and all since 1990, 1960, he has been giving it to different managers to manage. And they've been stealing and looting the destiny of his business, which is the future of every one of us, including our unborn children. And now he has the opportunity to take back that business. And he knows those who stole from 1960. Will he keep quiet? I believe in doing unto others what you want others to do unto you. Mr. Obi, do unto Nigeria what you want Nigeria to have done to your business. Period.
Wow.
Then two.
Is it just me or
the thing is this?
That she has the Facebook?
There are two things that will take place. One, is a must. It is either we allow peaceful revolution by ballot or bloody revolution. And I will go and lead that protest. Nobody kills me. We must build a new Nigeria, whether they like it or not. And if they think, after casting chaoses in Nigeria in 2023, they have this opportunity to come, it's a lie. We will drag them from the airport. It is a must. Oh, they looted our destiny. Then they now think it is time. We have all woken up, even though all Nigeria have not woken up. But some of us who are ready to stand in the front, we fear no bullet, because no one born by a woman can kill us in the journey of creating a new Nigeria. A Nigeria of my dream. My father left it unattended to. My grandfather left it unattended to. I and my brothers and sisters, we refuse to live it this way for our children. It's a must. A new Nigeria is a must. We are not black monkeys. We are intelligent. We are smart. We are brilliant. We are courageous men and women. We are king. The black race. We are king. We are prince. We are princess. And we are prince. That is who we are. Why did we allow mediocrity to turn us to be mumu? I refuse, my brothers and sisters. Let's wake up from our mumu easy. We are king. We are prince. We are queen. We are princess. That is who we are. And we are so smart. We are so intelligent. We make the Western world who they are today. Let us go back home and see what will happen to them. Why should we develop another people nation and leave our own for the stupid, greedy politicians and the useless GOs that have turned us to become nothing? They beat us and rob us of our destiny. And they had the audacity to tell us not to cry. The kidnapping, the Yahoo Plus, the Oloshos, the hookups, the bandits, and the Boko Haram. That is the cry of Nigeria, telling them they have looted our destiny. Why should they? Can a woman beat a child and you say the child should not cry? They have beaten us. People like us, that the good Lord has made it possible for us to come and see the difference and see what they have done. We have chosen to say we have learnt enough. It is time to go home and rebuild Africa. Africa is supposed to be the best continent on earth. And in my lifetime, I will work with my brothers and sisters who believe in me and and we shall make Africa the pride of our continent. They are not better than us. We are not slaves. We are kings. We are queens. We are priests and princesses. That is who God created us to be. That is why you can bleach this to white, but you can never bleach white or black. That is the greatness of God upon us. He has blessed us with everything we can think of, all natural resources, good weather, and human capacity. It's what it takes to build a great nation, and we shall build Africa. Nigeria is the giant of Africa. When we get it right, every other African country will follow suit. The political terrain, we are about to dismantle their so-called stupid ideological thing they have used to cage the destiny of the African child, and for the useless GO that has turned their tummy to become their billy, giving us wrong messages that are false just to collect the little from us. They have used the weapon of poverty to cage us for too long. But we will get our economic power back. The Lord has given me something for that, and we shall use it. By the time we get our economic power as young men and women, with the number we have, 2027 is a must. From the chancellor to the president will take over, whether they like it or not. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is
Wow.
what we live for. This is you never can
You
tell.
see, I've never had any man being able to say some of these things this lady has said, and it's a bit of a shame. For once, I found somebody that keen to her, and I often say that the men are the ones that are responsible for this. I was having a discussion just yesterday. Somebody was saying, "Are black men collectively failures, the worst failures on earth?" And most of the men that came here, yes, we are the collective failures. And look at the woman coming saying all these things. It's common sense. It doesn't even need education. She can see clearly. She can see clearly that you see what Abi said earlier on, from what he said last week, when he said he was the first to say, "I would never die for my country," and now you are feeling sorry for them. I'm sorry, but I don't feel like you feel sorry for those people. You feel sorry for the children when you said you cannot die for them. I am sorry that because he was the first to come and quote, "Never to die for your country." What kind of people are these? I don't understand it. If a woman, you look at the way some of the things she said, is not from Oxford Dictionary. Common sense things. We have to repair our country, and we keep talking. That's why I said we are talking about constitution. We've not asked about what we signed during the. How many of us have seen that document to really know what our leaders signed? Because something is wrong fundamentally with this country, whether it's military, this is constitution, or this in civilian constitution. It doesn't matter. Something is always wrong. So I'll leave it at that.
All right. Thank you. Let's continue. I think I'm with I don't know where I stopped. CM, you're next.
Okay. If there is any dramatization, any demonstration of the incompetence, gross incompetence of this government, it is the events of the last few weeks or maybe a month back. Inability to arrest oil theft and now the flooding. No coordinated response at all. Not even to go on air to calm nerves down, address a country that we are going through a disaster. Even if we do not, even if it's man-made or it wasn't man-made, nothing was done. However, the flooding, ravaging most states of the country now, is clearly avoidable. If there's a signal, a warning, at least I knew of 2012, maybe it's a 10-year cycle. Now 2022 is happening. And from the look of things, if the next few weeks and the flood subsides, I don't think anything will be done by way of putting a permanent solution to it, which is essentially to construct a dam like Cameroon did. And this dam should have helped because dam is a very, very a good infrastructure that will catalyze economic development of any country, be it something like in terms of agriculture. Imagine Egypt without the River Nile. They dam it at different places to cultivate and become self-sufficient. The same thing with Ethiopia, where it passes, and then Uganda, think where it starts, either the White Nile or the Blue Nile. So why can't Nigeria take advantage of all these things? Then maybe from Cameroon, you dam the river Benue in a way that when the water comes, you divert it to the north. It's possible through irrigation. It goes from there to the arid lands of Bauchi, Gombe, up to Yobe. You can do it instead of this. This will even serve Nigeria better than laying oil pipeline from the delta, because all those places will now be a place for livestock farming, animal husbandry. You do a lot of irrigation. You can do ranching there. For the water is there. You can even grow grass for those things. But it only shows our leaders, they lack imagination. And all these things has to do with the Nigerian problem. Are Nigerians really, do they really think alike? Will our leaders, will they ever learn? So when something like this happens, you have to pause, and then learn out of it. Do something like introspection at the end of it, or you put an inquiry. What will inquiry tell you? That you are prepared, and this has caused havoc. Now look at Bayelsa, 80% underwater, like I had. If a teaching hospital in Bayelsa is underwater, where then will people source for drugs in the event of epidemic? Where then, even if there's people that you can revive by taking them to the hospital, which hospital will you take them to? A teaching hospital is a tertiary institution where you see all sorts of consultants, all sorts of medical specialty. But it's not there. Same thing with some part of Rivers or even my beloved Anambra. So when you look at all these things, you now find out that Nigeria as a system, I don't know, particularly since the coming to power of this government, nothing is happening. What will it take to have a presidential broadcast to reassure the people that you are with them? All the whole ministers, I think they're up to 36, can they coordinate action and then visit all those places apart from presidential candidate Obi, maybe Atiku, Tinubu sending representatives? Can they do something? You see, sometimes in leading a people, you restore hope. There are things you do. We say if somebody who should tell you sorry, like if when somebody dies and you are conducting a burial, of course you've lost your loved ones. Even if the whole world start to tell you sorry, it cannot bring the person back. But there are something you expecting. Oh, this is my friend. Even if you say, oh, sorry about what happened, that will go a long way. So the way the situation Nigeria is now, we expect the person in Aso Rock to come out and say, look, Nigerians, right, I mean, sort of rouse the people, say sorry, enter that canoe, even if not for anything, arrange for it, go around. People will clap for you. Our president saw us in pains and he came out. After when were you elected? So when you look at that, is purely the incompetence or the wickedness. I don't know. Sometimes that's why you see some of these things. Now I don't want to sort of, open another vista, maybe by discussing whether somebody can do this or do that on behalf of the country. But when you look at this, you now tend to wonder. There are certain things the government will do. Then you can mobilize the civil populace. People will now come out and say, look at the president. You say, look, we move together, and flood cannot divide us like when the terror attacks Britain. All you hear is that this attack on our civilization, we cannot be divided. We stand together. You see people holding themselves together in maybe in London, all these things, talking. Although something has happened, you've lost lives. But that goes a long way to tell you that the people you think they're high up, they understand what is going on. And that hope makes you that even if you lose somebody, yes, you know what you are doing. But in our own case, nobody is talking. It's as if nobody is in charge of Nigeria. The water is just there. To you, you're on your own. So when you see people take some certain positions regarding whether you want to do this or do that on behalf of Nigeria, sometimes you may not blame people. The people in the river will tell you this. It's only that some of us, when we come here, because we are privileged to be discussing it. If you take a microphone and do just on the street, ask people, given this that happened, do you think that this is this? Nigeria is worth dying for this. People may, because of this situation, tell you, say, how can I die for Nigeria when we are submerged under flood? Not even a talk, not even a pep talk to help you. Not even a pep talk. What is the president for? What are the ministers for? What are they doing in Africa? Can they come out, speak to us in the language we understand, and they reassure the people that this is something that they will do something about? But meanwhile, whatever they have to do, they do it. Give the people hope, and this is the best time to do give the people hope. But Nigerian government have been found wanting. So to me, it's terribly disappointing. I must tell you, Dili, it's terribly disappointing because what is happening to Nigeria is clearly avoidable. Flooding cannot occur like this every 10 years, and we know what we should do to arrest the situation, but we are not doing it. When more than 10 states are underwater, what does it take? Especially the economic belt of the South is underwater. What are we talking about? So to me, it's very, very painful, but I don't want to take it beyond the realm of reason. Let me not go beyond and then step on certain tools. But all I know is that the government has clearly manifested its gross incompetence. If there's any proof, this is the time. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Mr. Murray, you're next.
Yeah, thank you once again, Doctor, for having us. Thank you for making yourself available, for being a vocal voice for the voiceless Nigerian masses. I was actually coming for CM last week. My network and my engagement did not allow me. One way or the other, we have offered it. Madam, welcome on board. Madam Echo, I want to get your contact through Doctor. In case the peaceful revolution through the battle of faith, we have another chapter. That is not, cannot discuss that one here. I want to get your contact. People like CM, you blaming the government. We are the government. We are the people. If you actually die for something, in hope for return for that thing, you are being selfish. It's not a sacrifice. When you die, expecting nothing bad, you might not be the beneficiary of the cause you are dying for. That is what we call sacrifice. If you are dying for something, hoping to get something in return, that is an investment. So each time we blame leaders, what I see in the Nigerian people, we have potential, leader waiting for opportunity to come so that we can get our own share. There is no sense of patriotism. From beginning, from the first speaker to the last speaker last week, I think it was only one person that came on board that was trying to say, hey, you are not dying for Nigeria. You're actually doing it for yourself. I've come close, very close to death on about 10 occasions. If I look back now, like, how did I even survive? Why would I take such a risk? I'm wondering, like, but then I didn't care. Just really, I felt it was what's doing. And what is not doing, I thought they say it's not doing well. So by the time we start blaming leaders, we're blaming Buhari today. Tomorrow Buhari may be no more. Nigeria remain what it is. So we have to change our mentality. This mentality of Nigeria is not worth dying for. Why are we talking? If it's not worth dying for, it's not worth talking for. If a bad Nigeria is not worth dying for, the good Nigeria is not worth living for. If you cannot get a better Nigeria without dealing with the issues with the bad Nigeria, we all have to change our mentality. The mentality I see here with most of our people is the mentality of an opportunity waiting for an opportunity to come so that I can have my own share. No sense of patriotism. Nobody cares about the nation, Nigeria. And it's not going to take us anywhere. Rudolph, I don't want to talk about the currency. If they want to change the currency, do anything on the currency, they should be talking about the purchasing power of the naira that has become worthless. Not the color, not the size. I'm not concerned about that. I don't know what their reasons are. No matter what their reasons are. The timing is wrong. You can't be talking of changing the size or your color, the structure of your naira in an election, in an electionary period. They have ulterior motive. As for the security, there is a way a serious and a responsible government can dance the fear and panic of people without necessarily downplaying the importance of the message. Nigeria cannot even do anything with their own intelligence. So, are you surprised that they don't know how America is doing it? So, even the intelligence they said they have, the local intelligence, how many have they worked on? Before the Kuje prison was invaded, they were aware. Did they do nothing? No. It is an organized crime going on in Nigeria. Until we come together, we that call ourselves the new generation, we think the way our forefathers think. We want to be from social place first before I talk of Nigeria. And when the chief is caught, it's my own chief. They are dealing with him because he's a Christian. They're dealing with him because he's from the Eastern region, because he's a Yoruba man, because he's an Hausa man. They are not calling the chief. They are not looking at how much he has stolen. So we are making the same mistake our forefathers make. We will remain where we are because we are not continue like this and expect a different result. Thank you, Dr. Damaji. Time will not permit us to talk on a lot of issues. We have to change our mentality. We have to change our mentality on how we see Nigeria. If you die today in the cause of fighting for Nigeria, you are not dying for Nigeria. You are dying for yourself. And death is inevitable. Whether you want to die or not, someday you're still going to die. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, Omori. Thank you.
Please, 30 minutes for Morui. Let me just, because he got me wrong. What I was saying is essentially about the government in an emergency like this. That should be a broadcast to reassure the people. It's not whether you are die for Nigeria or not, but in a situation like if this had happened in the Western world, like here, there should be a broadcast to tell people like, look, we sympathize with you. We feel your pains. I mean, when the country is submerged under flooding,
We have no
nobody is
government. There's no
talking.
government in Nigeria. We are aware. What are we doing differently?
That's what.
We all believe.
That is the point I'm
supporting the
making.
government.
That is the incompetence.
There's no government in Nigeria.
That's why I said if there is a time to demonstrate it, this is the best example.
How do we come together? How do we come together to change the narrative? This should be our utmost concern. Don't blame the government every day. We have no government.
Mr.
There's no government anywhere in Nigeria.
Hello. The truth is this. The human in us in Nigeria is dead. The human in us as Nigeria is dead. And our brain is looted. So we have brainless people and these human people. That is why what you are seeing there, they are not moved. The only thing that is in the agenda right now is how to rig the election and come back to power. And the painful thing is, and I don't blame them, because when you have looted our brain with using poverty and lack to loot our brain and imprison us in a hopeless and powerless lifestyle. And we've turned ourselves, who's supposed to be master, they've conditioned us to be slaves. Because when we elect them into power, they are supposed to be our servants. But they dehumanize us, look at our brain, remove the humanity in us, so we see them as master. They stole our money, flaunt it in front of us, and we greet them, Rankadede. We greet them, Baba, until we wake up and take back our brain and put it back and recover our humanity. We cannot do nothing. So, if those of us who are not in the Western world begin to behave and talk like those who does not care, we are not different than those whose brain has been looted. There are only two tribes in Nigeria, whether you like it or not. The tribe of the oppressed and the tribe of the oppressors. The oppressed, religion does not divide. The oppressed, yes, the oppressors, religion does not divide them. Tribe we are fighting for does not divide them. But they saw in the life of the oppressed and they told us religion is a problem. Tribe is the problem. But that's not true. Look at their camp very well. Don't they marry themselves? Look at Tinubu. Do you have the video? I will send it to you. Rufa, where Tinubu and Atiku, they were laughing and talking together. These are people campaigning you, telling us PDP, APC. This video is current. So how do we solve this problem? Let us work together. We that are oppressed, let us identify ourselves as one because we have the number. If we can add unity to the number we have, and those who have the economic power to team up together, bring out the resources, then we can war against our destiny, and we shall win. But as long that some of us collect peanuts from there and live a life and you think you are enjoying, no, you are eating the blood of the innocents. Because it's the blood of the innocent. The money they looted, somebody died in the process because that money was meant for the hospital. That money was meant to fix the road. That money was meant to put lights. But they looted it and they give some of us in the Western world. We are their bank. We are the one who helped them to launder this money. Let me tell you, if you do not stop, when the blood of the innocent will haunt your household, you will not be spared. Your household will not be spared. Because the blood of the innocent has risen. They have risen for vengeance. And I promise you guys, vengeance they will get. You see that blood? That is the beginning. That is the beginning. Because the cry of the blood of the innocent has reached the Most High, and they have come for vengeance. And vengeance they will get. I am the Debora of our time, and I'm ready for this war. No one born by a woman can kill me. Let me tell you, my brothers and sisters, I am looking at them. But there's something we need to do, and we shall do it. Nigeria must go back to its first glory. You see those useless altars called Christian, that's supposed to build a facility that was supposed to take out the street students. He's building a big auditorium to collect that and offering. We will bring it down. Adeboye, he will tell us where it is written that if you don't pay tithe, you will not go to heaven. Those are the answer I have for them. Suleiman, that sleep about with women, destroying their destiny. He will tell me if they do that to his daughter, that is what he would like. And a lot of things need to be repaired, and I'm ready for the fight. That is why heaven has not allowed them to kill me in 1999 when they come for me 2 months after my graduation. Heaven gave them my left leg and leave me alone and prepare me. All this while he's preparing me. I have been running, but I refuse to run. If this is what I am born for, I will just sit with my brothers and sisters who are ready to leave a legacy for their unborn children and the children they have born. Black is the king of all nations. Black is the queen of all nations. We are princess. We are king. We are queen. That is who we are. Not the Yahoo boys and girls they turn our people. That is not who we are.
Thank you, Echo. Thank you so much. We have to continue the rant, and I don't have my bell here. That's why I couldn't ring any bell. But normally it should be 1 minute for each person. Where did I stop? Forefathers, you not who is next? No.
Much. Listen, I think I'm just relishing in the fact that there is someone that is more firebrand on this than I am, and you see, thing is so serious, and she sounds with purity, clarity of thought on this, and I really wish a lot of people are like her. She said something about from a secondary school time that she has been involved in this. See, for me, it's very simple. To take over a country, you need to establish security. You saw what happened with Burkina Faso. Two coups in 8 months. And guess what? The leader got on this week, called for 50,000 soldiers. This is a country of 6,500 soldiers before now. The ratio was 1 soldier to 3,000 something citizens. 1 soldier to protect 3,000 something citizens. Now he has reduced it to 1 soldier to 300 to protect his country. this is something that it tells you that our leaders can do the right thing. There's a reason why they are not. The reason why that Burkina Faso government was able to do it, because they turned against the French. He turned against, if they kick the French out, he said, "Don't more." That's why he's able to do this. Why is it that every other leader that was beholden to the French refused to do this? It tells you that there's something going on here. And our leaders are doing exactly the same thing that confounds every Nigerian. Like when there is a disaster here, the military steps in to fix some of the damaged infrastructure and ensures that the disaster doesn't get from bad to worse. But in Nigeria, we don't even have it to help. Common sense things, we can't even do common sense things. Guess what? Because we are not even in control of anything. That is our problem. And Nigeria is a very, very important country in the context of the black entire race. We are so pivotal in the fate of the black race, because if Nigeria does well, the other black countries will gain resolve. Shame that I'm looking at Burkina Faso and getting resolve from them, because I've been saying this, that from the numbers, it doesn't make sense. Something is off. Why is it that these guys kicked the French out, immediately went on to create the number of soldiers that are able to keep his country at least safe right now? And that is something we are lacking in Nigeria, and we have to question our leaders. I keep saying it, something is not right with this leader. Atiku has just run to Washington again. These people are running our countries like a caretaker government, are waiting for us to be recolonized again, or whatever else their masters have in stock for us. This is why I keep saying we have to make it a requirement, start demanding it, that we have to make it a requirement before these people bring foreign troops to our territory. They need to consult us. There is no law stopping them from doing that right now. They can invite the British and the Americans to come and take over the country, and it will be legal. They have the power to do that. We have to put laws to stop them from doing that, and we have to be demanding that they cannot just be going overseas without any clear objective. These people, he just went to America, and these are supposed to be our leaders. They could be recruited into all kinds of foreign intelligence, and they come back and compromise us repeatedly. Most of our money that they steal is in their accounts. If I was the one, why would I want Nigeria to do well? If I was a white man, why would I want Nigeria to do well? Because the money is flowing to me. When 80% of all your sweat is coming to me, why would I want it to go back to you? I will never let it go, because believe me, I will be diabolical. I'll be worse. And we should not let this go, because this is at the core of our problem. All this stuff we are seeing, we are complaining about, are just symptoms. If the top is rotting, the stress will go down the chain, because the resources are not there. We are working. It's almost like you go to work every day and you expect to get paid 100 naira and you get 20 naira every day. We've been doing this for decades. This is our problem. That's why our people are stressed, and it looks like we are just, sometimes I'm going to say black people are cursed. We are not cursed.
Okay, forefathers, thank you so much. Let's try to limit the time. We have to go into other things. Engineer Eche, go ahead. Unmute yourself, please.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Damages. So for me, basically, all I want to rant about is particularly the flood, Nnamdi Kanu, and maybe the currency. So I'll start with the flood. So for the flood, I think I'm really, there's one part of it, although it's ironic, but that makes me a little bit happy to see when I saw flood, ravage the home of the ex-president, because he was actually president for over 6 years, and he did nothing about constructing the something house dam in the north that would have, helped, in preventing this flood. So in a way, it's good to see that yes, he's inability to, do something that could have averted the flood. He's right now, when he's out of power, it's affecting him directly. So it's good to see that. For the Nnamdi Kanu case, I think Nnamdi Kanu it's just, there are a lot of people that with this Nnamdi Kanu saga, there are a lot of people that have been killed, there are a lot of people that are in jail currently that are not being represented. But Nnamdi Kanu's case is blown out, is as if it's very important, more important than others that have been killed or that are currently in detention. Like we have this girl, Idarago that has been in detention for over 11 months. Her own crime was because the policemen went through her phone and found out that on her birthday she was putting on the Biafran uniform, and she has been in jail for over 11 months. This is a 20-year-old girl that her future is almost going to be affected by being incarcerated for so long. And yet we are talking about Nnamdi Kanu here. This is somebody that has instigated people to commit violence in the southeast. He has brought out people to go out and attack police stations, attack soldiers and all that, while he is in the comfort of civilized society, while and others are carrying out his own orders. And when he was brought back to Nigeria, he finds a way to excuse himself from all the atrocities he has instigated people to commit. So it's ironic to see that he's going to be free while a lot of people have died. So it's just one thing. I don't think one person should be so important than others, basically. So for the currency, I think currency design is just a complete waste of time, because CBN is saying, okay, we have 2.7 trillion out. We cannot trace it. That's why we want to redesign our currency. I think that's just flawed argument, because you have a lot of people in Nigeria that do transactions on a daily basis. We have over 2 million people. People keep money. People just keep like 5,000, 10,000 at home. So if you have like 10,000 on average times 200 million people, you're talking about over 2 trillion. So if you say, oh, I can't find 2 trillion, I want to go and spend another billions of naira to create, I think it's just a complete waste. It's just for people to just steal money. Then Nigeria's problem, I think our problem is not just government. Our problem is the people. We have a serious people problem in Nigeria. And not just Nigeria, I think something with the black race, basically. We have a serious people problem where people always do the wrong thing and then blame others, right? I think in all aspects of Nigeria, we are we do things in a corrupt way and we blame other people. We blame the government, but it's not always government. Who are these people that are in government? They're all from us. It's just as if, I bet you, if you remove everybody in government today, take them out and replace them with the same people we have from Nigeria, we'll still have the same result, because what we have is a people problem. And until we change that people mindset, I don't think, no matter who ever becomes president, we're still going to remain where we are. Yeah, I think that's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Scribe. You are next. Can you